All right. So, you guys sent this to me in the Discord. It's a video from Think Before You Sleep. That's our favorite conservative guy, favorite handsome guy. And it's called Women Who Can't Get a Man. So, I don't know. I guess we're curious. Let's just go.
You ever been out with friends and realized that you were the only one not getting hit on, and then immediately thinking it's because you exist in a bigger body? It's
Well, maybe people are attracted to certain things. Okay, who cares? Like, learn to be confident or lose weight, I guess, right?
horrible because you know that like male attention isn't the end all be all, but at the same time it still hurts.
Okay.
Welcome to quite possibly one of the most depressing TikTok channels that I've ever seen. Actually, I don't watch TikTok that much, so this is without a doubt the most depressing TikTok channel that I've ever seen.
Okay.
And the more I watch, the worse it gets.
Damn.
I'm curvy, I'm bigger than most of my friends, so my first
Kirby? This woman's not even big, to be honest with you. This is one thing that is annoying. This is like the girl in the friend group that has like more overweight fans, and this is the girl that goes, "Oh, I feel so fat and disgusting today," and they're looking for you to be like, "No, you're not fat and disgusting like me, the person clearly more overweight than you." Like, she's trying to make, you know what I mean? She's trying to make you feel bad. "Oh, I'm so fat and gross today." Meanwhile, like, you're 50 pounds heavier than her, and she's just looking for you to say no. And it's like, okay, well, if you think you're fat and disgusting at 50 pounds lighter than me, then what am I to you? You know what I mean? It's like, I hate people like this. Like, shut up. You're not even really overweight, or at least not comparatively to most like overweight people. I feel like this is the person who doesn't actually struggle at all with like their being overweight, and they just pretend to have like a victim complex. Everybody wants to be victimized nowadays.
first instinct is like, oh, they don't want a bigger girl. This past summer I was in
Okay.
a hostel and I saw these guys. I went to introduce myself and I was standing next to this girl that was just like
A hostel? What is
complete
that? What do
Victoria's
you mean?
Secret, like the old Victoria's Secret supermodel vibes.
Interesting
Okay.
how she mentioned the old Victoria's Secret models. What's wrong with the new Victoria's Secret models, or the new Calvin Klein models, or the new Abercrombie and Fitch models?
Well, I think that she's just making the point that she looked like a traditional, like very skinny, like conventionally attractive model. I think that's the distinction she was making.
But go on.
And I was like,
Okay.
"Hi, I'm Juliana." And while he was shaking my hand, he was literally looking at her, being like, "Nice to meet you." And
Okay.
you guys, I got so mad. After that, he didn't talk to me again, and I got so mad. I left the bar and I wrote like slam poetry on my phone. I can show you if you want to see it. Because it was so many years of like pent up anger and frustration that I feel like I didn't even get the chance to introduce myself. I didn't even get the chance to like meet them and let them get to know me. I felt like I was
Okay, who's this TikTok account for is my real question. Who is this meant to be for? Like, God, women who are coping? I don't understand. A hostel is like a camp meets a hotel? That sounds horrible. What the hell is that?
cast aside, and I felt like I didn't have any inherent value to men because I wasn't skinny, which is
Okay.
horrible.
It may be the case that it's horrible, but it is reality. So what are you going to do? Live in a fantasy and complain?
Well, it's not even really reality. I mean, guys like bigger girls. That girl is just, I just don't believe her. She gets plenty of attention from guys. There's plenty of dudes that are into that girl. It's just like, oh, wrong button. Like, that's the thing. It's like, she's not like, at a weight that would be considered unattractive. I feel like guys nowadays, if anything, like thicker girls. Oh, you fucking idiot. You just move them away from me being able to kill a guy. And she would fall into like that like, thick category, so.
About how you wish the world was different? Or are you going to take reality for what it is and act accordingly to change your undesirable outcomes?
Okay.
One of those is the mentally healthy choice, and the other is not. Side
Okay.
note, though, as an enjoyer
I mean, she looks like she's probably not unhealthy based on her weight, so it's not necessarily healthy for her to lose weight just to become more attractive. I'm just saying.
of cringe, I would love to see that slam poetry.
It's not my
That
weight.
being said, this is 25-year-old Juliana Davis,
Okay.
a TikTok model slash dancer who went viral and amassed over 10 million views on that last video. That kind of attention caught my interest, and what I ended up finding was a person who deeply wants a different life, but is so set on lying to herself that she spends no time trying to find realistic solutions to her problem.
I feel like that's not the prescription that you found. I feel like you wanted to find that, and you came into this video. Because there's no way that this girl struggles with her like weight and attention based on her weight. I just don't believe that. She's just lying for attention. She's doing what like all other people do, and it's that they engage in like a massive victim complex so that they can get attention, because it's like it's hip and sexy to be a fucking victim nowadays. So now she's just like, oh my god, I'm so fat. I can't get any guys. By the way, I'm a model on the fucking TikTok. Like, you shut up. Maybe the reason people don't want to get to know you is because she's just kind of like an annoying, pretentious person. She just comes off as like annoying. She's the person at the party that needs you to know that she's a liberal. Bro, come on, get the fuck away from me. That's at least the vibe I'm getting. but
Instead, she just gripes on the internet about how no one wants her.
Every single time I get rejected by a man, my first thought is it's
Cool.
because of my body, and I
Maybe.
hate that for myself. Like, I skip past all the possibilities
man.
of like, oh, he doesn't want a relationship.
and even if that was true, like that's a you cope, you know, like that's one of the problems with having this victim complex is filtering everything through one identity that's like one part of you. That's a huge problem. Like just because somebody doesn't want to interact with you doesn't necessarily mean it's because like you're fat or something. That's like that's engaging too heavily in the victim narrative. So even if it was true, and I don't believe her. Again, I don't think that she's being genuine. She's just virtue signaling. Like she's just like fucking pretending that people think she's unattractive for attention. That's all it really comes down to.
Oh, he might be in love with his ex. Oh, like I don't know, he met someone else. For me, it's just like, oh, he thinks I'm cool, but it's just my body that he can't get over.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to date someone you aren't attracted to? Or worse, do you want to be in a
Yes.
relationship with a partner who doesn't actually like you? She doesn't really seem to get that,
Absolutely.
which is why a giant number of her videos
Okay.
involve her complaining about being single. Here's another one.
It can be so hard to get over the idea that you have to be skinny to be deserving of love. Like today at work, I was
God,
sitting in a
that
break
sounds so
room, and all
annoying.
of the women around me were talking about their boyfriends. After doing the calculations in my head, I realized that I was the only person in the room without a partner. And this led me down the usual spiral, which was feeling bad at myself for thinking that thought, and then also feeling bad about the fact that I didn't have a partner and the way it made me feel about my body. It just, it spiraled. And no matter how self-aware I am, no matter how much I try to get out of my brain, my first gut instinct is that it's easier for them to get a boyfriend because they're skinny.
No, it's because you're annoying. It's nothing to do with your weight. Get the fuck out of here. She's at like probably the most desirable weight, generally speaking. So
Of course it's easier. Everything is easier when you're more attractive, which is why I always
Yeah,
recommend that
true.
people strive to be as attractive as they possibly can be.
On
The reason
base,
people
I
don't
guess.
want to do that is because being attractive
just say, keep in mind that it's not just about physical attractiveness. Mental attractiveness is helpful as well. So if anybody is out there, it's also a good feature to have. So
is a lot of work and requires a lot of discipline. You have to
Yeah,
be in
sure.
shape, you have to have good posture, you have to know what clothes to wear, you have to know how to style your hair. The
Sure.
reason your skinny friends are getting what they want is because they understand the amount of effort that's required to be desirable. But looking at some of the top comments on Juliana's viral video with 10 million views,
maybe your skinny friends are getting what they want because they're not blaming their obesity on everything. I don't know. You know, I'm fat too, but I'm not sitting here fucking crying about it.
there's a lot of people here who don't get it. One of them said, "You're not alone." And the problem is, it's not about being hit on. They literally try to act like you don't
Come here,
exist.
pussy.
Now that comment makes it seem like men are being overly harsh, but because we aren't on Reddit, we can put some things more into context. This person has posted a number of videos on TikTok where we can see that she is quite overweight. Now it's really simple.
Oh, she's a lot heavier than I thought. Holy shit. Sorry. I didn't mean to react like that. I didn't mean to be that mean. Sorry. She holds it in well. Jesus. I'm just surprised. I mean, when you look at my face, you know you got a chonker incoming.
This person has posted
But she still looks nice. Wow. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude, if anybody. If anyone felt like I was being a dick, sorry. Jesus. Okay, let's
a
continue.
number of videos on TikTok where we can see that she is quite overweight. Now
Yeah,
it's really
well, I
simple.
guess I was
If you
wrong
want
about
men to
that.
stop pretending that you're invisible,
Oh, my
then
lord.
take care of your weight problem. Not only will that solve your issues with dating, but it will make you healthier. You clearly know what the problem is, so stop complaining about not being able to get men on the internet,
sure,
and
yeah.
instead work to fix the issue. With that said, though, Juliana is a plus-size model who posts lots of TikToks that seem to have less to do with enhancing her modeling career and more to do with getting validation from random strangers.
Wait, who the fuck is this? Is this her? Is she fat or not? I'm so fucking confused, dude. Is this her? Who is she?
In the comment section as a way of coping.
Wait, is this her? Like,
You clear. With that said, though, Juliana is a plus-size model who posts lots of TikToks that seem to have less to do with enhancing her modeling career and more to do with getting validation from random strangers in the
who the fuck is this? Juliana Davis.
comment section as a way of coping and justifying not working on her appearance. But I digress. Let's watch.
My stomach has looked like this my entire life.
Oh, this
It's
must
been my
be somebody
biggest
else.
insecurity. It's been the thing that's held me back from things like in the workplace. And I'm trying to learn how to love it. And I feel
Alright,
like I've
that's
just
cool.
been holding my breath, literally and metaphorically, my entire life, like sucking it in,
Okay.
trying to hide it, trying to push it down. And this summer, I just want to let it go, and I want to metaphorically and physically breathe out and just let my stomach be.
She's actually teaching bad posture.
Oh, is that her? Wait, is she fat or not? I'm so confused, dude. I feel like we're getting like 8 different body types here. I'm fucking so confused. I'm not gonna lie here. Dude, I'm so bad right now. I don't understand. Which one is she? Is she the bigger girl? Is she the thinner girl? I'm confused as hell. If that's her, by the way. All right, shut up. Sorry. Juliana Davis. If that's her, like, yeah, I get that. Like, you're a little chubby and you kind of feel insecure about it and you're tired of, like, sucking it in. Like, yeah, you probably should lose weight and all that. But, like, you know, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Just be a little more confident and just let your, you know, let your flaps flow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That's why I never take my shirt off. Wait, this is her? What were you? Wait, she's not that overweight. What are you talking about? Yeah, she's not that overweight, dude. She's, like, total... People, there's tons of guys that are attracted to this. She's fine. She's full of shit. There's tons of people who are into this type of body. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe that she's struggling like as much with her like weight or whatever as she's pretending to.
Metaphorically and physically, breathe out.
Oh, the bigger girl was someone that made a comment on one of her videos. Wait, then why the fuck did Think Before You Poop make it seem like that was her? Well, I guess it's because it's Think Before You Poop, huh? What would you expect else from the fucking main man, huh?
And just let my stomach be.
She's actually
Okay,
teaching
whatever.
bad posture here.
Sure.
You're supposed to keep light tension in your stomach muscles, particularly when
Okay.
standing. So sucking it in is technically good posture.
No,
but
it's
now
not.
that we can see
You know what she's talking about. You know she's not just talking about sucking. You know she's talking more about it. You know she's saying more than just like having good posture where you, I don't know, stay somewhat tight in your chest. She's talking about sucking it in. Her, like, you know that she's talking about that. But okay.
what we're working with, this is kind of laughable because it's not even that much work for her to be thin. She's only about 3 or 4 months of weight loss away from being an attractive weight.
Okay.
For how little she has to work to get rid of her biggest
I mean, just biggest cope is that she is at an attractive weight. Just to be honest with you, that's not even like me. Like, dude, listen. Most of these guys who are like cry about women being too fat are jerking off to fucking BBW porn every day. Like, they are like the big #1 subscribers to fucking BBW OnlyFans models or fucking conservative men who complain about it. Same thing with trans porn. #1 fucking subscriber are conservative men. So, oh, come on, dude. You weren't supposed to jump there. You big stinky boy. Oh, we're going to get dumpstered here. Too many tanks. Peace out, Boy Scout. But yeah, it's just kind of true, you know?
insecurity. It's insane to me how many TikToks she's made about her issues on this topic. It's basically her entire account. However,
Yep.
there is a little caveat to this.
Kind of like your entire account's complaining about like fucking wokeness. It's like we're watching like two fucking like obnoxious people right now. We can't fucking win. What's going on, brother? How you doing, Brion?
Existing in a bigger body seems to be an invitation
saying
for
that right?
people to make assumptions about you and your health, even when they don't
Yep.
know you at all. In this comment,
Well, you know, if you're a little she's probably not unhealthy at her weight, honestly. Like she's probably not even at like I'm at an unhealthy weight, like objectively, right? If you make an assumption that I'm fucking unhealthy, you're probably right because you are. You were right. You're just right. Totally right. But this is the thing is like it's fine to make the assumption. Like my thing is like don't like look at me and go like ew, what a fat fucker. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But don't tell me that. Like that's where it becomes inappropriate. Like you don't need to assert your opinion there. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You don't need to tell everybody that you see like that somebody's super fat and that they need to lose weight. Unless it's like I understand like a friend or a family member or something. Like if you're worried about them, but like a stranger on the street, like you don't care. You just want to be like an asshole. Just think it, you know. But don't say it. You don't have to say it. It's all it comes down to. That's body positivity, baby. Just don't tell me how fat I am, because I already know, brother. I
you're
already
saying
know.
that if I just worked out, my stomach would be flat. It's really hurtful and frustrating because my stomach has genuinely been like that my entire life. I've had my
It doesn't really matter if your stomach is flat or not. What matters is, like, I mean, it doesn't matter at all because you're fine. But like, it doesn't matter about it getting flat. But you can add tone to it that'll obviously like shape it up. Spot reducing doesn't exist, but like you know, you could still add a little bit of definition to yourself. I doubt that like you do anything particularly like impactful or rewarding at the gym. Don't fucking try to suss me out, bro. Bro, get the fuck out of here with this shit. You know, that's the problem. Maybe you look into this program called the Wendler 531. I love plugging it.
gym eras. I've had my Zumba era in the Texas heat. I've done it all.
I'm not sure if we are specifically talking about the same thing, but based on how she looks, her stomach will probably not go flat no matter how much weight she loses. It looks like she is someone who was previously obese, lost the weight, gained some back, and still has the remnants of that.
Okay.
So to fully fix this, she'll probably need some form of plastic surgery like a mini tummy tuck. But this is a very
that's the wrong
solvable
building.
problem. It's not horrendously expensive, and for how much of a massive insecurity this is for her, I'm sure she can find a way to make a few $1,000s. We're only talking about 3 to 4 months of weight loss and maybe 3 months of recovery from surgery.
Okay.
And don't get on me about the plastic surgery. It's one thing to make fun of
Funny
bad
super
plastic surgery,
chatted
which
$20.
Hey, thank you so much, Funny. I appreciate that. I don't think the right message is to say get plastic surgery if you don't need it. Like, I understand people who've lost like massive amounts of weight. She doesn't look like she has a bunch of loose skin. I don't think she needs surgery. I feel like that's so disproportionate. But okay, I mean, like, that's the wrong message. Hey, if you feel ugly, get surgery. No, I think that you should try to like be comfortable with your body. I mean, ultimately, if you need to, like, whatever. But I personally wouldn't advocate for it. You know, your body's gonna go through different changes and shit. It's just like weird advice.
which is certainly rampant, but
Okay.
nobody is against good plastic surgery because it's not noticeable, and this surgery
Yes.
is not that difficult. Yeah, she might scar, but that can be reduced, and it's better than the alternative.
Why?
Also, most guys
Wait,
probably
having scars is better than being a little overweight? I'm not understanding. Why? That seems a little weird to me. Yo, frick off, nerd. I don't understand. Why would that be better? It's better than the alternative. No!
won't care about the scar. She already has decent genetics and good
Okay.
self-care, so she would easily be able to get guys she wants if she were thin. So
Okay.
why not make that change?
She easily gets
Why
them
spend
now.
so much mental energy on being insecure? This is the main issue with her behavior. She's so stuck in her head with a woe is me, I'm so oppressed mentality that she isn't looking for actual solutions to her problem. She's so
You're like half right. She's definitely like, she's just playing into the victim complex. She doesn't have these struggles that she's pretending to have.
focused on making excuses that she has no capacity to come up with a plan to get what she wants.
Sure.
She just keeps lying to herself.
So important to remember that everybody responds differently to diet and exercise. So I have a little brother that's 5 years younger than me, and we could
No. Yes and no. Kind of. Like, not really. For the most part, everybody's going to respond to the same to exercise and diet if the fundamental tools are met. Fundamentally, if you do a particular program, you will lose weight. It's more towards like when you get to that area where it gets very difficult, where things get like a little, I guess, more difficult. You know, where you get to like the wire. You know, if you're 100 pounds overweight, anybody, you know, counting their macros or eating less is just going to lose weight. You know, but if you need to lose 5 pounds, you might need to do something a little bit more specific. Bro, I'm just getting fucking farted on.
not look any more different. His
What's up,
body is
Adela?
just naturally more svelte than mine. He's like quite athletic. He's always had a 6-pack. Now I think he has an 8-pack. And we were little, we would play outside exclusively together.
Probably because he played sports or something.
And we would eat the same
Go fucking lift heavy or something. Go do some squats.
meals that my mom prepared for us. Like, even whenever we did the same diet and exercise routine, our bodies were just biologically made to work differently. Even though we share the exact same DNA, we both have the same
I mean, maybe. I mean, she's a woman, so it's possible. Like, obviously, women like generally hold fat a little bit differently than men, so maybe that's what she's talking about.
mother and father. Something else I thought about is that we're both mixed. Our dad is black and Korean, and
Okay.
he got really, really curly hair, whereas my hair is more wavy and straightish. And if someone were
I do love a good Korean barbecue.
saying like, oh, well, if he looks like that, you can too, you're just not working hard enough or whatever,
Okay.
I would say, think about my hair. Like,
I don't
there's
care.
like no way I can will my hair into being more curly. Same thing with our bodies. My body is
What? Yes, you can. What are you talking about? Just curl your hair. What are you even saying at this point? You're just saying words. There's no way I can make my hair more curly. Have you tried curling it? No, never. Of course. Why would I try that? That would not. That wouldn't work. They have curling irons. What are you saying? You're just talking. What the hell's happening in this video? There's no way that you believe what you just said. This is fucking awesome. What the fuck?
just like this, and his is like that.
So she can't lose weight because wavy hair? Okay. On a related note, check out this new meta that just dropped on Instagram, where they are now comparing obese people to dogs to teach everyone pseudoscience.
You wouldn't expect this to turn into this by diet and exercise. Why would you expect this to turn into that? Oh. Well, that woman's overweight, so... interesting. Who's saying this? This is an interesting one. Who is this? Who is Lainey Montclair? It says like no likes. Wait, why do you see this in your feed? That's so weird to me. Wait, I want to go look that up. Why do you see this? Why is this even on your feed? I feel like this is so niche. Like it seems like nobody's liking that post. Amy Molinar. Oh, she has 1 million followers. Never mind. Damn, he saw that instantaneously. Holy shit. It's like an hour in. What do you follow? I guess he follows this page for research purposes. Top comments just says go to the gym and stop posting. Hold on, where is it? Where is this? Where are you? Just go to the gym and stop posting cringe. That's a fucking based as hell, to be honest with you. I usually love your message, but this scientifically wrong. Each human body is different, but no human body is genetically obese. Exactly. Are you an idiot? This guy threw an epic slur at a gamer word. Epic R slur. It's not too late to delete this post. This is such a stupid thing to say. Damn, this guy went fucking full woke. Why are you comparing women to animals? Also, why a black woman? This is like me putting a picture of an old woman and a girl next to each other and making the same comment. There's nothing wrong with some but everybody is fucking full woke on that one. Okay, I guess this is a very popular content creator. It just says asinine shit. Okay, cool. That's fine. Other women, fake nails, breast implants, heavy makeup, lip fillers, tight clothes. Yeah, this is a little weird. Why are you choosing a black woman? Okay, whatever. Supporting her because women shouldn't be pitted against each other. Nobody. Okay, cool, I guess. All right. Now we got on a rabbit hole.
I've, out of curiosity, asked them these 3 questions. 1, what do you like about me? Not
Nothing.
love, like. And if the answer is something like, I like that you're such a good mom, I like when you cook dinner for me, I like when we spend time together and play video games, then he's basically just listing things that you do for them or what you do together and he gets joy or some kind of value out of.
Okay.
Like, it's about him and not you.
What?
There are way too many men out there who do not even like women. They just like the benefits that they receive from being in a relationship with one. So that's terrifying. Number 2.
What? I feel like those are reasons. Liking playing video games with your spouse or significant other is like, I like that's fun to them. And yeah, I like when my wife cooks for me. It makes me feel special. I like that my wife makes me feel special. What do you want me to sit here and talk about? I like buying Loungefly bags for my wife. If I didn't like spending ridiculous amounts of money on Loungefly bags, am I not good enough? This is just, okay, whatever. I don't care. This is so vague.
Who is the female role model that you have and why do you look up to her?
My mommy!
And no, it cannot be a family member.
It is. You've already lost.
Because they're usually either like
That's
Elon
all.
Musk or my mom and my sister.
But I thought you said a female.
Okay, cool. Like giving basic respect to your family members is amazing, but
Well, I mean, like, who's a more influential woman than your mommy? Like, who else am I, like, you know what I mean? My mom. My mom was a single mother who raised me. Why wouldn't I see my mom? I don't care about anybody like my mom. What are you talking about? It's my mommy. It's always going to be my mommy. I'm a little bit of a mama's boy. I don't care.
a lot of men do not actually give the same amount of respect to women outside their homes.
Who the fuck am I supposed to, like, why? It's my mom. Like, who else is it going to be? Like, any other woman, I just want to jerk off to them. Who is Xena the Warrior Princess? And, you know, what do you want me to tell you? I don't look up to women, except for my mother, because my mother is very impactful. I don't really have women role models. I'm a man, so I'm going to probably identify more with a man. But even then, I don't have any male role models or whatever that I look at, except for, I can't say my dad. So what are you talking about? Usually people look up to somebody that's, like, very important in their life. What are you talking about?
They're just like, oh, I have a daughter. I finally know how to respect women. No, you should have done it in the first place. Like, women have male role models all the time. For me, for example, like Anthony Bourdain.
Why?
He's the best, but I don't...
He was the best. Sorry.
I don't really see males doing the same thing with, like, female scientists or actresses.
Okay, cool.
Number 3, how would you describe your mom as a person?
She's pretty based. She's pretty baller.
Not as a mom, as a person.
She's cool. She's a hard ass bitch. She's a down bitch that'll fucking, you know, stand up for what she thinks is right. You know, she's down. That's just, you know, it's a quality I admire. That's why I met my wife who's like that. She's a down ass bitch, you know?
And if he says, oh, she's so selfless, she does everything for others, there's a chance that they just expect the same treatment for every other woman in their lives because you don't see them as three-dimensional beings, just as somebody who is supposed to do everything for others.
Got it. You can't appreciate that people do nice things for you because that makes you selfish. Got it.
I'm sorry if I ruined your relationship, but have these conversations with patience and kindness.
If you ruined a relationship with saying this to some woman, that guy helped. That guy is in a better spot now. He doesn't want to be with a fucking psychopath that listens to this person. I asked a boyfriend to compliment me once because he rarely did his answers. I like you're not just jaded yet. I like that you dyed your hair back to its original color and like that you always split meals with me because it's cheaper. Render. I dumped him. Reader, I dumped him. Okay. Cool. I don't understand what's wrong with I like when we play games and spend time together. Am I being dense? Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. The other two, mom and cooking, I understand. I don't. Cooking is cool, man. I like it when my wife cooks for me. It makes me feel nice. The question is, well, what does he like about you? Yeah, what does he like about you? I like that my wife has a fat pussy. How's that? How's that answer? You know, how's that?
Honestly, I can't believe this drawing was a real take from someone who wasn't trolling. But there is a clue that Juliana was overeating from that clip. We would eat the same meals that my mom prepared for us. Your brother's a male, and you're a female. Men need significantly more calories than women to maintain their weight, so if you're
Sure. I mean, she didn't say she was eating the exact same amount. It's just the same meals. So.
eating the same as him, you will gain weight. I
Sure.
swear, you can always tell when these people are being dishonest, because they are never quite able to
Yes.
accurately mimic the mentality of someone who actually does
Wait, it's just weird because it's like, obviously, I guess she's a little overweight, so she eats more, but like, she didn't say, I eat the exact same thing as my brother. It's calories and all. She eats the same diet. It doesn't mean she's eating the exact same amount. It's like so confusing.
the thing they claim they are doing. This combined with the constant virtue signaling that comes from the fat acceptance crowd about how little they eat. Pretty much all of them do it.
I made sure to eat a really good breakfast because I knew I'd be working for a long time.
Yeah, right. Show us what you actually eat. If you honestly ate like that all the time, then you would be thin.
Probably. But that's one of the problems is fat people will undereat because they think that's what they need to do to lose weight, and then they'll end up binge eating at night because they're really hungry, and that's the biggest problem. And that's why you shouldn't do that. You should make sure you eat enough. Like even those MyFitnessPal things, I think I use something. Well, I haven't used it in a while, but there's this other app that I use that I feel like is a little bit better. It's called MyNetDiary because MyFitnessPal like super monetized now. It's crazy. But they usually set your calories like too low. When you're like, oh, I want to lose a pound a week, like they'll undercut you so significantly. You're better off just really setting it like a little high, weighing yourself at like 1 day a week, you know, maybe Saturday morning, you know, tracking what you're eating. And then after the week, seeing where you're at and like, you know, see where you're at. If you maintained your weight eating 3,000 calories or whatever, they're crazy. You want to lose a pound a week, just lower that by 500. Meanwhile, MyFitnessPal might say you need to start at like 1,800 to 2,000. So you're better off just like tracking your calories before you're even trying to like go into a deficit, just to get used to it and like realizing how much you eat. Because it also doesn't. It's not just about like how much you eat. It's also about like how much of what you're eating, right? Obviously, if you have a higher protein diet, you know, with thermogenics and whatnot, you're probably going to be able to eat more because it takes more energy to burn fat. So, you know, but that's just a bunch of that entire meal is just a very fatty meal. So.
You're implying that this is a big meal that will sustain you through a long workday, but that's like 1 egg and half an avocado, and that meal can't be more than 200 calories. She's actually undereating here, and if every day she ate 3 to 5 of those really good meals because she's going to go to work for a long time, then she would be underweight. And of course, she does the whole, I drink water and eat salad bit, like all the other overweight people in denial do.
Drank a lot of water. This is still water.
Sparkling water.
San Pellegrino bottle. For dinner, I just made myself this little salad.
Thin people don't have to mention that they drink water. That's a given because you can't stay thin if you drink calorie-rich drinks all the time.
What? I just don't understand. Like, what's that mean? Like, thin people probably still drink sugary drinks sometimes too. They just don't have like an eating problem.
So anyway, I dug a little deeper and I found the real answer.
Does anyone else in recovery have an extreme adverse reaction to being seen with food in public, especially food that's bad for you?
Recovery of what? Well, I'm assuming they're going to say they have an eating disorder. Okay, cool.
I've got an early flight tomorrow. I need to pack, so I just came home from work and I grabbed McDonald's.
Now, I'm not saying that I haven't eaten fast food or would never eat fast food, but people who eat healthy tend to have a strong aversion to fast food because of all the disgusting chemical garbage that goes into it.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not true, but they just don't eat it as much because they don't have like a fucking eating problem.
Food in public, especially. Does anyone else in recovery have an extreme adverse reaction to being seen with food in public?
I feel like it's so normal. Nowadays, things are so annoying. I feel like, for the most part, people will like sensationalize the fuck out of like a very normal feeling. Like as a fat person, like yes, I'll sometimes get a little self-conscious if I get food in public. Yeah, of course, because I'm fat and I feel like people are gonna look at me, and it's probably part of them probably does. So you gotta eat it as fast as possible. And it's like, what food, you know? But my thing is like, what the fuck? Like now it's like, oh, my recovery from my eating disorder. Like maybe that's true. But then also, I just feel like everything is so hyper sensationalized that it gets so stupid. It's hard to even tell who is lying and or you know telling the truth. That was crazy. It's just like that's just a normal feeling. Everything's like, oh, I felt so this. Oh, you know, when I was fucking 14 years old. So I did some kind of public speaking event, and it really traumatized me because I got so upset. It's like, no, it didn't traumatize you. It's like a normal human reaction. It's just so fucking annoying. But, okay.
And to have a strong aversion to fast food because of all the disgusting chemical garbage that goes into it.
Okay.
I have many times dreamed of reliving my childhood by going to Taco Bell or by getting a meatball sandwich at Subway, but I've never been able to bring myself to do it.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
this isn't the only time
Weird.
she's shown herself eating McDonald's.
I guess this guy didn't want to eat the Grimace shake. I guess this dude doesn't know how good the Grimace shake is. Grimace Shackleton.
Here's another video of it.
Now this is so crazy. If I ate this 3 times a day, off of the nutrition facts, right off of the McDonald's screen, this would be 3,600 calories for a whole
bad.
day of breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Not bad.
Just these 3 things being 1,200 calories. If you were to actually have a real healthy meal, you'd have way more food for the same amount of calories. Not to mention way better nutrients. It's crazy because I didn't even finish all the food and I feel super sick right now. Imagine if I would have ate it all.
True.
It's killing me, bro.
So if you're at the point where you're an adult and you don't have that aversion to fast food, then you probably don't eat very healthy. Which brings us to this video here.
What I ate a day in eating disorder recovery. So I started with coffee, made myself this little yogurt with protein powder and Nutella, took a protein bar for the road, then we had iced oat milk lattes, and we both got 2 hot dogs and an ice cream cone. It got
I think that this is just not for me. This content is just not for me, It's a lot of food, I feel like. What the
ramen,
fuck?
and Ruben got these little rolls. We both had this drink we love. Yogurt with protein powder and Nutella. Took a protein bar for the road, then we had iced oat milk lattes, and we both got 2 hot dogs and an ice cream cone. It got
That's like a lot of food. What eating? Is she trying to say that? Wait, I'm so confused. What is her eating disorder? Is it bulimia? Because she said that she's always struggled with her weight. So I guess she used to throw up after she would eat? Is that what she's saying?
ramen, and Ruben got these little rolls. We both had this drink we love.
Now we're talking. That looks like more of an honest answer of what she eats, and assuming that she didn't leave anything out, which overweight people commonly do, she still looks like she eats in excess of 2,000 calories in a day. Did she not realize that she ate 4 different desserts in that video? Nutella yogurt, a chocolate protein bar,
Kinda true,
an oat milk
yeah.
coffee-flavored milkshake, and an ice cream cone.
Yeah,
Skinny
sure.
people don't eat like this. That's why you aren't thin. She claims
A lot of skinny people do eat like that. You're talking like I think he's conflating. This is one of like the weird issues. It's like he's conflating like fit people with skinny people. It's not the same thing. It's definitely not the same thing. Like fit people, first of all, still eat a little shitty, depending on who it is. But not even that. But it's just like if skinny people don't really necessarily eat well. Like I would say that the average skinny person that doesn't work out eats just as like. Eats food that's just as bad as the average fat person that obviously doesn't work out. Obviously, right? They just eat like a lot less of it. That's the only real difference, right? And then when it comes to fit people, yeah, that's a bit different, of course. But we're not just talking about them being fit. We're talking about them being, you know what I mean? We're talking about just skinny person. Yeah, just because you're skinny doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy. You're going to be healthier than a fat person. Like if you're eating 2,000 calories of McDonald's a day versus somebody eating 33,000 calories, you're obviously going to be healthier, but you're still not healthy to do stuff like that. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, fuck, I'm just going to die.
to be anorexic for several years, to which, unlike Tess Holliday, I actually believe her because Juliana has pictures of herself as a thin person that are pretty recent.
Wait, what are you talking about? I thought she said that she's like impossible. It was impossible for her to lose weight. How is she fucking anorexic?
So it's great she's trying to recover, but the answer to
And that's not even anorexic body type. What the fuck? I feel like that's not even anorexia. That's just her being thinner. If anything, that shows that she was lying about how she couldn't lose weight. It's impossible for her to do. Just stop fucking attacking me, dude.
a healthy lifestyle
Whatever.
isn't to
Alright.
go from eating too little to eating too much. It's to get to a healthy weight and learn how to maintain it. However, the amount of self-defeating material that Juliana releases on this subject is just depressing.
Honestly,
Okay.
never being skinny makes me feel like there's this like secret club that I've always been locked out of. And I go
Because she
down
was
roots of
skinny.
fantasizing about what it would be like if I had been skinny, how different
Didn't we just see a video for her being skinny? I'm so fucking confused, dude. I feel like we're all so lost in the sauce here. What does she define as skinny? Maybe that's her eating disorder. She's never enough for her. So she, like, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't fucking know.
my life would be. Went to a friend's Instagram that were really, really close, and I was just looking at it and thinking, like, our life experience will always be so different because she
Okay.
just was born thin and she always will be thin.
Wow.
Kind of makes me
You're a
yearn
victim. It's sad. I don't know.
for this life that I'll just never
Yeah.
have because my body is just not designed to be like that. Like, I was born almost 10 pounds. I just wasn't
Yeah, okay. What does that mean? I was born 10 pounds.
predestined to be like that. I'm jealous of it, and I'm
I feel like it's just a cope. What is happening here, dude? I don't like either of these people. They're so annoying. Jesus Christ. This is obnoxious.
like, I just like, sometimes I just feel like my body isn't real and theirs is,
Okay.
and I'm just on the outside looking in,
My body
and
is
I want to know what it's like for them.
Of course you'll never be thin with that mentality, That mindset is going to prevent you from actively looking for solutions
Yeah, you gotta hit the
because you don't
grind
think
set,
you're going to
baby.
succeed anyway. The strange part is, though, is that you were already there. In this photo, you proved you could be thin. All you have to
Proved
do
it.
now is get there with an appropriate calorie restriction,
Proved
which is
it.
roughly a 300 to 500 calorie a day deficit, instead of getting there by starving yourself.
Right now, I am the healthiest
Proved
I've ever
it.
been.
That may be true, but you aren't healthy physically, and more importantly, mentally.
Well, mentally for sure, but physically she probably is healthy. She's not that overweight. Like, you know what I mean? Again, if she was my size, she wouldn't be healthy, but she's not that overweight. I doubt she's unhealthy. Maybe her diet's not good, and she had 3 desserts that one day. That's pretty rough, but
Speaking of, let's go back to her original complaint in the video, which is about
What's
her
that?
not being able to get a guy to like her. She doesn't seem to get why guys are ignoring her or why she can't get past a first date. So let's see if we can provide her some constructive criticism.
you're fat. Lose weight, fatty. You fat, fatty. That's what I think. That's what he's gonna say. That's pretty much the. That's pretty much what his advice is gonna be. Just lose weight, you fat, fatty, fat, fatty. That's what it's gonna be.
First of all, from a personality standpoint, I can see how somebody would find her annoying very quickly.
True.
I've watched like 40
Actually,
of her
very
videos, which has
true.
gotten a little parasocial, and all of them were her
Very
complaining
true.
in some way about being overweight. There was pretty much no topic variation, which makes me think that she really doesn't have much else to talk about except her insecurities.
It is funny because all you talk about is anti-woke shit, so it's kind of funny at the same time. But
I don't think I saw a single video where her weight wasn't the subject.
It's the cringiest shit ever. Like, if you have any vibe, you wouldn't be associated with this shit at all.
Right.
Based,
Juliana suffers from an extreme lack of vibe. She sounds desperate, and no one wants to date that.
Based.
Here's another reason why she isn't getting dates.
When I see a
Jesus,
hot guy or a
stinky.
hot person, I'm just almost immediately like, I seriously doubt that they'll like me, so I'm not even gonna try because I'm not skinny.
That
Okay.
statement makes me think that she is probably expecting to get hit on by guys who are way out of her league.
Maybe.
Like, not specifically this guy from a photo shoot that she did because he doesn't look straight, but I am.
He would. I mean, if he's straight, he would fuck her. You know, black guys like thick girls. That's why I'm a black guy. You know what I'm saying, doggy? Based.
Imagine that she is going for guys who are similarly in shape, and the likelihood of getting a guy who's in shape when you aren't is very low. Either lose the weight or lower your standards and approach guys who are on your level. Outside of that, unfortunately, these days at 25 years old, this is very common.
I guess.
But I kind of question if she's ever been in an actual relationship because she doesn't really seem to have a sense of what guys would want.
So hard to fight the idea
Yes.
that your body needs to change to be worthy of love.
I mean, I guess her standards are too high. I mean, that's an accurate thing. Because she definitely could easily get a fucking boyfriend. There's plenty of people who would want to date her. But like she had, like she's just being unrealistic, and she's lying. Like she's an attractive woman. She can either she gets boyfriends or whatever, and she's just trying to seem relatable, so she just lies about her shit, or she just has such high standards that she's never going to find anybody that's actually within her standards, and she just needs to like drop your standards, girl. So that's the problem. This is the Tinder problem, dude. She's probably on Tinder. She's got some fucking hot guys who are like, oh yeah, I'll fuck you. But then they don't want to date her. And she's like, why won't these guys love me? It's like, because they never wanted to date you. They just want to fuck you, bro. Like, lower your standards, girl, or else you're just going to be single. And it's like, oh, well, so it sucks to suck.
I've been talking to this guy from Hinge for like 2 months. We're both extremely busy at
See?
the moment, so we keep missing each other.
See?
The time is coming, guys.
Yeah, right. Bro, let me tell you something. When I used to listen, I used to be a dog, okay? I used to be a fucking dog, and one of the things that would happen is you got like a third burner bitch. Sorry. Okay, I need to be a little more respectful. I'm sorry. You'll have a girl that might be on the I'm sorry. I need to not be disrespectful. I'm very sorry for that. You'll have a girl that you have on like the back burner. She might be like, third tier, and you would maybe try to set something up like randomly on a whim, because she's the girl that you call when like the other girls aren't really trying to fuck with you because it's late, and she, you know what I mean? And then when she tries to plan something, because she's your number 3, you're like, oh, I'm really busy, I got like a lot of work or something, you just give her some bullshit excuse. That ain't fucking happening. She ain't got no fucking it's not a coincidence that it's being missed, bro. That's just what's going on. He's got you on the back burner, girl. So it's the truth.
We're finally gonna meet up, and I was really excited because obviously we connect so well, and it's not like I'm in love is blind. I've been really excited
don't
to
attack
meet
me.
him, and then all of a sudden, bang, a looming thought came over me, where I was like, oh shoot, you better change everything right now. I'd already been thinking about joining the
Typical
gym, but
woman.
whenever we had started discussing a date to meet up, I was like, okay, I better join the gym sooner, and I better go at least a few times before I see him.
If you weren't
Oh,
already
okay.
going to the gym before you first sent a message to this guy on Hinge, then you screwed up. Guys don't want the chick in the before
Why? What? I'm so confused. Why? If he liked her when she was at her weight, why would it change? I'm so confused.
photo.
Up, I was like, okay, I better join the gym sooner, and I better go at least a few times before I see him.
If you weren't already going to the gym before you first sent a message to this guy on Hinge, then you screwed up.
Wow. I thought, like, I mean, if he did already like her, why would that be? Why would he have screwed up? I don't understand. He's, you know, it's just not a screw up. It's not bad to go to the gym. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the logic here. It's not tracking.
Guys don't want the chick in the before photo. We want the chick who looks like the after photo.
Okay.
Why would I want someone who is quickly trying to play catch up before they meet me? I want someone who already looks good. She's also low-key admitting here that it is possible for her to lose weight. And I mean, she's a dancer, right? Shouldn't she be regularly going to the gym anyway?
A realization that changed my life is how much I will do things for other people that I won't do for myself. Last night, I thought a boy was coming over, so guess what? For the first time in like 2 weeks, I deep cleaned my room. Like, all my dishes are done, my floor is clean for the first time in ages. Lit my candles, my little Bath & Body Works candles that are from America, so they're like gold dust to me. Like, I lit it, wanted to make the space seem really lovely and inviting. Guess what, guys? He didn't come. He literally didn't come back to my house.
Why wasn't the space already cleaned or clean enough that it can be easily fixed with a few minutes of work?
I mean, this is so normal. So I know this guy's not normal. He's like an alien. Either he's lying or he's just a fucking alien. Most people don't do any prep until they're about to fuck somebody. Most people. You know, I'm not sitting in a fucking house of filth, but like if I was to take a girl back over, I was obviously, you know, I wasn't completely fucking clean. You know? Because you know how guys are, especially. You just have like a fucking mattress on the floor and you're good to go. It's just normal, you know, especially like girls aren't going to shave their fucking cooter and shit until they know that they know that they're about to get some, you know.
Kind of sounds like she doesn't have a lot of guests over because she's embarrassed by people seeing a mess and her place isn't already clean. So maybe a part of her boyfriend issue is that she isn't really interacting with a lot of people, which actually makes sense because she lives in Paris, France, and based on this video here, she just started learning French 2 years ago, which is not enough time for the kind of high-level fluency that is required for an adult relationship to work well. The language barrier could be limiting her options significantly. Working on high-level fluency will help her a lot considering where she lives. So you see, when you stop gaslighting yourself and actually think about your problems realistically, you'll probably find that there's a lot you can fix to increase your odds of getting what you want. However, what I really don't like is that a lot of the therapeutic modalities that these people are discovering are more so about lying to yourself with words that sound happy, as opposed to teaching the person a set of ideals that will actually make them healthy. This kind of language is what I'm talking about.
Hashtag self-love, and I was like, I'm trying to build a platform on self-love and self-acceptance, and I feel like I preach loving my body and like accepting my curvier.
There's nothing with preaching self-love and acceptance. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having confidence, but if you do that, just make sure that the self-love comes with like, oh, I want to better myself in the way that will make me happier, you know, and healthier. So that's what the love is supposed to be able to give you the confidence to get to that step.
Tregan Films super chatted $1.99.
What up, brother?
How's your day going, Mr. Gut?
Not bad, my dude. How's yours? How's everything going for you?
Bigger body as it is.
Whoa,
yeah,
what'd she say?
All you need is self-love and to just accept yourself. She even has a full self-love playlist. Doesn't that just sound very marketable? No, really. It's ironic that Juliana is in the fashion industry because they certainly know their audience. Here's a display set that I came across in a clothing store called Altered State. I couldn't help but laugh because I found this at the mall while I was in the process of outlining this video. It's an overweight mannequin next to a self-care journal.
I'd fuck the mannequin. I don't give a shit. Or the womanican. I feel like that's a pretty desirable body type at this point. You know, now that people are fatter, I feel like that is the new skinny. So,
like literally, this self-care or self-love stuff is just a way to get overweight women to buy clothes and books that won't actually help them.
Yeah,
and
or maybe it's possible. Just hear me out. This is a weird one. That the women need clothing because it's illegal to be naked outside, and they're just looking for clothing that's good. Like I feel like some women just want to have comfortable. Most women, I feel like overweight women are just looking for clothes that are like comfortable and fit and are decent quality. It's not like the super deep thing, you know. Everybody needs clothes. Yo, you're dead, bro. He's not dead. No, he's not dead.
Of course, I opened the book to see if it was real, and it was. Look what I found: ice cream sundaes next to go for a hike.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, go for a hike. It's a great idea. My wife and I went for a hike like last week when we went to our camping trip. It was a lot of fun. And then, you know, that's cool. Go for a hike and have an ice cream. It's not that big of a deal. Just don't binge on ice cream. It's not that big of a deal.
Doesn't that send a mixed message?
No, not really. Like, it's one of those things where if you have an all or nothing attitude, you're not going to be successful when it comes to losing weight. Like, you can have an ice cream cone as a fat person. Just have an ice cream cone. You know, go for a nice walk and then have like a little ice cream. It's okay to give yourself a little sugary treat, is, you know, if you're tracking your calories, especially, because, you know, you're not overeating, as long as you kind of, if it fits your calories. But okay,
Ben and Jerry's bougie.
that's a bit much. Ben and Jerry's like 1,300 calories for a thing of ice cream. That's what I'm saying. That's not a little ice cream. That's not like a nice ice cream cone. That's too much, you know.
So excited for my little banana split.
I can see she's doing the journal, but what this really feeds into is more of the stuff that attracts woke people, which is the idea of you don't actually have to do anything to make your life better. Just change how you market yourself. For example,
I think everyone just has to meet you at the level that you meet yourself at. So whenever you are giving off the energy of self-love and confidence, that's what everyone just gets on board with. And no matter what size.
Well, yeah, she's right. That's literally just being confident. If you are confident, people will like you more. It's just not wrong. It's not about remarketing herself. It's just a fact.
You are, if you're in your pretty girl energy, then that's what it's going to be. Whenever I got into modeling, I feel like I stepped into this whole new energy that I didn't even know I had inside of me. I truly stepped into my pretty girl energy. And then everyone met me there, and like, I could tell that people's reactions to me were different because my own reaction to myself was different.
You could literally look at this and go like, see, it was basically all in her head in the first place. She was pretending she couldn't get a date because she was like fat, but it really turned out that she had a shit attitude. Like this just showed me that she just had a shitty attitude. And she blamed everything on her, like not even being fat. Wait. That would be the criticism there. It's like, oh, obviously it was in your fucking head. You're pretending, oh, because you're fat. You just seem to be a miserable person to be around.
Do you know what I mean? I changed nothing physically about myself. All I did was change the energy I walked into rooms with, the energy I posted on social media with. Whenever you give yourself the permission to shine and to be happy and to be confident in the way that you are, that's when people will recognize your shine, and they pretty much have no choice but to get on board with it.
So how's that dumb mindset culture stuff working for you?
That's just like normal. That's red pill advice. What are you talking about? Like this is such a disconnect to take. He's just gonna disagree with her just because she's like just because she's like a girl or guess or not because she's like into the woke crowd. It's just a red pill advice is like be confident. What are you talking about? This is advice that people should be saying. Like, yes, you should be confident. Work on yourself, but also be confident. The way you carry yourself is going to be like very impactful on how people perceive you. Be confident. This isn't like a hot take. What's happening here? How did we turn it's like hot take central here? Like the most basic of takes. It's not even like a fucking anything. They turned into like a hot take.
Don't actually make improvements to your life that lead to confidence.
Okay.
Just tell yourself that you're already beautiful. It's literally promoting delusion as mental health.
You're so weird. You're a weird person, dude. You're just like an alien. You should be... Just, hey, guys, don't be confident. Okay. Whatever.
She won't even call herself fat or overweight. She has to use like 50 different euphemisms in a single 1-minute
really
video.
fat,
Because
so.
you exist in a bigger body. I'm curvy. I'm bigger than most of my friends because I wasn't skinny. Any of my other curvy mid-sized people that want to vent...
Ironically, she'll do...
I'm curvy because I'm not skinny, guys. Fucking based. Holy shit. Blew my mind with that one.
everything she can to avoid using the word fat, but then she'll play this song.
There's nothing wrong with my body. Fat is not a dirty word.
If it's not a dirty word, then just say what you actually are.
For me, I'm fat right now. Like, I just am. It's not as fat as, like, we used to know me as. But, like, yes, I keep myself real. I'm not, like, the kind of person that lies to myself, like, you look good, like, stop. So I'm fat, okay?
That's Alex. She's honest with herself and doesn't have problems finding a
I
partner.
mean, she looks good even if she's fat right there. So, you know, she could probably do both. Oh, I'm fat right now, but I still look good. And you can still want to make changes. You know, you don't have to berate yourself and think that you're like the most disgusting swamp creature just because you're overweight. Like, that's not helpful. You could say like, oh, I'm a beautiful, attractive person, but I'd like to work on myself. There's nothing wrong with that.
But clearly, all the pretty girl energy and euphemisms don't work very well, because despite that mentality, Juliana has still made a crapload of videos about not being able to get a boyfriend.
You know what?
So maybe...
You know what I think the biggest issue with Think Before You Sleep is? He's never fucked a fat girl before. It's like a life-changing experience, bro. Like, fat girls are literally the best sex I've ever had. It's fucking wild, brother. You really got to get some fat fucking pussy, man. I'm not kidding. Oh, shit'll change your life. It's real shit, man. It's real shit. It's real shit.
They just don't see her inherent value.
Bad news is he rejected you, but the good news is the trash takes itself out. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't even want a man that doesn't see my inherent value immediately. I used to get really down about it and blame it on my body and my size. But a healthier and kinder way to look at it is that rejection is redirection. Literally every no leads you to your yes.
That's only true if you're taking those no's and fixing your undesirable traits.
Like my friend told me, if you were an actor and you know after 400 auditions you would book a role on Broadway, you wouldn't stop auditioning. You would go to those auditions knowing that on your 400th try, you're going to make it. Maybe we can all try to do the same thing in dating where we realize that this person wasn't meant for me and it's just leading to an eventual yes.
Yeah, but the reality is that you never know if you're going to succeed until you get there, which is why success is so difficult. And there are plenty of people
Sure.
out there who have done the 400 auditions and still fail because they never got good. It's super easy to not get the part after 400 tries if you never improve your skill. Stop rolling the dice and hoping you'll win. This is metaphorically the same thing as someone who hopes to get rich
Sure.
by playing the lottery. How about you go work hard to make the odds more likely instead of solely relying on luck? Well, I guess there's no point in that because she's already better.
The gym was not what I needed. What I needed was therapy. I got it now. I'm better.
No, you
I mean, the gym can be therapeutic. This could be a really nice outlet for everything. But okay.
aren't, because all you do is make videos about how you aren't happy because you're overweight.
Sure.
Nobody who is
Well, I think that she's also locked into that influencer bullshit, where like now that's what she's made her brand off of, so she can never not be happy. Like she can never be happy with herself. She has to always pretend that she's not happy with herself, so that she can get more like keep her audience.
healthy is that insecure about their weight. Ultimately, if you want to be healthy or live a better life or a more successful life, then you need to sit down and make a plan. Instead of wallowing in depression or hoping people will take pity on you, actually outline ways that you can fix your problems. The solutions you initially think of might suck and they might be wrong, but the more you throw effort into figuring things out, the better you'll get at coming up with answers. I think people who aren't good at stuff like that would really benefit from the Future Authoring Program.
Okay.
It's basically just a writing exercise that helps you write down your goals and how you reasonably plan to achieve them. It's a
fuck is
good
this?
exercise that systematically teaches you how to figure out solutions to your problems,
Okay.
where you set a goal, talk about specific actions you're going to take to achieve that goal,
Okay.
and give yourself a timeline for when you can consider your strategy a success or a failure. If you succeed, repeat the strategy. If you fail, readjust. I think a lot of you will find out what I found out when I did the program a bunch of years ago, which is that you actually do know most of the answers to your problems, and figuring out how to get out of a bad
Holy fuck! Does this guy have like a disability, like a mental disability? I'm not even criticizing him. It sounds like he engaged in like some kind of behavioral protocol to like set goals for himself or something. Does he have autism or something? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just wonder because he's just very disconnected. He seems to not understand some social aspects. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an asshole. Okay, cool. Yeah, set that. Do your goals. Short term, long term. Great idea.
situation is well within your ability. I mean, look at Juliana. She knows the answer. She knows that losing weight will get her what she wants because she said it multiple times in her videos. Just like her, most people know the answer to their problems. They are just refusing to do what's necessary to fix them, and that lack of action makes them miserable. You saw that a lot in this video. Don't be that person. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, cool. Thanks for having me watch that, guys. It was really cool. Thanks.